yeah. I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why I'm down, yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, today I'll be recapping my freshman year at Rice. First, I'll give you guys a quick overview, then I'll tell you what classes I took, pros and cons, and what clubs I joined. So, a little bit about me. I am double majoring in business and psychology. Last year, my freshman year, I was on campus the whole time at Brown, and then all my classes were online except for one. So overall, I would give my freshman year experience like a 7.8 out of 10 because there is room for improvement once there are no COVID restrictions. So I'm excited to see how my sophomore year will be. So now I'll be moving on to what classes I took. In the fall, I took Econ 100, which is Intro to Econ. It's a great class. I would recommend that one. I took Social Psychology and Busy 296, which was Business Communications, Busy 310, Leading in Organizations, and then a required writing class. Mine was FWIS 180, Ecology, Spirituality, and Climate Change. And overall, I took 15 credit hours, and I thought it was pretty easy for me. Like, that course load was very manageable. I think I would compare it to my sophomore year of high school, actually. Maybe it's because my classes were online, but I thought that was very manageable for me. I had a ton of free time, and I wanted to take a chill first semester of college, so I thought it was a great experience. I had a good time. I wasn't overly stressed at all. So now I'll be talking about spring 2021. Definitely harder because of Econ 200 microeconomics. If you watch my vlogs, I never stop talking about it, but I was really happy I took this class because I felt like it was like the first time I was challenged in college. It was very hard, but very rewarding at the end. I think that is also my favorite class because it was just like the perfect difficulty, that it was so hard that I had to work hard, but then it was also not too hard that I was like, no matter how much I studied, I would never get it. So micro has a special place in my heart. And then I also took social science statistics, SOCI 302, and then I took a psych lab. So with my social psychology professor, I joined her lab and I just did some like research work. And then I took cognitive psychology, Psych 203, and then I took a distribution credit, music theory. Yeah, I don't know why I picked that. And then I also had gender psychology. So my spring semester, I took a ton of psychology classes. And yeah, my spring semester was much harder than my fall semester because I think I also chose harder classes. But then again, it was like still very manageable. And my spring semester was entirely online. So yeah, there is that too. So now I'll be talking about the pros and cons. So pros, I think the small size is such a big pro because you get to meet like almost everyone. I feel like by the end of the 4 years, I'll know everyone in my class, and I really like that. So also the residential college system gives you like friends. And I know that sounds silly, but like when you go to college, it can be scary. So having like a certain group of people that you can rely on, like your residential college, you will always like find your place. Like you will never have to worry about being lonely, like sitting alone. So that's also really nice. I really also like the small class sizes. I feel like I am more comfortable with participating, and then I can receive more one-on-one attention with the professors. So I really like that part. And yeah, when I was talking to my other friends who go to different colleges, they say that it was like really hard to make friends, but I feel like that's less of a problem at Rice again, especially because of the residential college system and also because of the people. The people here are actually so amazing. Everyone is so sweet and kind, and yeah, I've never met so many good people in the same place. That sounds really sad, but you get what I'm saying. And then also, there's like no imposter syndrome. It's really not toxic. So I've heard about my other friends who are majoring in business and other schools. It can be toxic. People are constantly like trying to backstab each other, sabotage, comparing. And there's none of that at Rice, which is really, really nice. I do not want to be surrounded by toxic snakes. There's also a big flexibility of what major you can choose. So you can literally pick any class you want to take. Like, you're not restricted by what major you are at. So I think that's really helpful, especially if you don't know what you're doing. So you can take literally any class you want. And then switching your major is also really easy. It's just like filling out a form. So it gives you a lot of flexibility and to explore what you actually want to do in the future. The classes and professors are like truly so good. Like, all my classes and my professors were amazing. Like 10 out of 10. Everyone so good. Like, they're so willing to help, especially my micro econ professor, Dr. Brown. I don't think he's watching this video, but I don't think I would have been able to do well in his class without him, because I literally called him every day during finals week. Like, I called his home phone and I talked to him and he answered all my questions. And that's how like all the Rice professors are. Like, they're so willing to help you that it's like, it's like impossible not to succeed if you don't try. Like, if you're trying, it's hard to fail, you know? So I think I really, really like that part. And there's also lots of clubs and research opportunities. Like 5 of my friends are staying in Houston right now because they have research opportunities. So there's just opportunities everywhere in Houston through Rice. There's also a ton of fun traditions you probably already know of. You can do a quick Google search, or I can make a video, I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of fun traditions, especially like Rice as a whole and within the residential colleges. So that's really fun. And then what I was surprised about was how good the party culture. Maybe I shouldn't add that. Okay, well, there is a good party culture, and I was like really surprised because there's like a good balance between academics and parties. Yeah. So now I'll be talking about the cons. So I did say the small size was a big pro, but it can also be a little bit of a con because at times I feel that Rice can be a little bit small. It feels like not like, okay, it does feel a little bit like a high school sometimes because of the size, you know, like the state colleges have like tons of people, like you never know who you're gonna meet, so there's that element of like always having like new interactions. But at Rice it's like a little bit small, but to me that isn't that big of a con, but that's a con. And then residential college systems, there are cons with that because some residential college systems tend to be a little cliquey, so then it's harder to meet people outside of your residential college system, especially since, for example, I'm at Brown, which is the most north college, like right here, and then all the south colleges and everything are like over here. So then like the distance can make it hard to meet people on the opposite side of campus, and especially with the residential college system, since it's like super like tight, like you're like, you have pride for your own residential college, it's like hard to meet people outside of it sometimes, which is kind of sad. And then I feel like there's not enough study spots on campus. Like maybe it's because, I don't know, no one told me or I didn't explore enough, but like there's only the commons, the library, the coffee house, and that's like it. That's all I studied. Like I basically studied in the library all the time. And I just feel like I wish there was more study spots. Yeah, and similar to that, I feel like there's not enough to do like that is walkable on campus. So of course there's like the museum in Houston and stuff, but like there's no like fast food options or restaurants that are like less than, I don't know, a 10-minute walk, because the closest thing is Rice Village, which is a 30-minute walk, and that 30 minutes feels like an hour in the Houston heat. And like, I've been to Rice Village so many times, I don't want to go there again. So I'll be talking about what clubs I joined next. Basically, I replicated what I did in high school, which maybe I should try stuff that is new, but I'm already in a lot of things. So I joined 2 business organizations, Rice Business Society and then Rice Women in Business. And then I'm in 2 dance organizations, Basic, which is like hip hop, K-pop, and then Rice Dance Theater, which is contemporary mainly. And then I'm in a service organization, Dance Marathon, raising money for children in hospitals. And then I'm in Chinese Student Association, a cultural club, and that is it. I'm also planning on joining intramural soccer next semester, but we'll see if I have time for that. Maybe I can do all of these because I feel like a lot of the clubs didn't, not that they didn't do much, but they didn't do much. You know, like having Zooms, like people aren't really motivated to join, and I can understand that it's hard to host like normal events during the COVID times. So I liked my clubs, but I feel like I also didn't really do much in them, and we'll see if that changes next year. So that is it for my video today. Thank you so much for watching. I know I probably missed some information, so if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I hope you look forward to my vlogs for sophomore year, and I'll see you next time. Bye!